All right, welcome Triton Trojan fans.
I can't hear you at all. I can't hear nothing.
Okay. Ready? All right, welcome Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andy O'Hara alongside Gavin Greer, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer O'Reilly for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. As we're here at LaVille's High School Consolation game here for the 55th annual Bi-County Tournament, as our Triton Trojans get a rematch against the Oregon Davis Bobcats featuring the first game of the season. Gavin, both teams coming in. We saw what they did last time. Wheel's going to obviously be the man you got to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, coming from him, they only have one person that really seems to want to do all the scoring. Wheel scored several points in that last game, but for me, that's the guy you're going to have to go after. But if you can let that guy score that amount of points and they can match the offensive output, I got a feeling these guys tonight, the offensive output is going to be there.
Yeah, I think they also have to focus on Dennis Cooley Jr. He was one of the main ball handlers of the last game.
So with that being said, we got about 50 seconds to get things underway here.
Not in the cage tonight.
Not in the cage tonight. We'll get to be back to the cage tomorrow, most likely.
Or close to it.
Or close to it. We never know. Appreciate LaVille and their hospitality this week, and we've been a consistent tenant for the week.
Yes.
I think we are the only tenants this week that was here every night broadcasting.
Yep.
I think we are the only ones. Appreciate.
And we did a flyby thing, and we just did while we're here. Let's just carry a couple other games that we're set up to do it.
Appreciate Mr. Hellstrauser and getting us all set up over here in the Consolation Gym and getting us set up there in the main gym, and really appreciate his help and guidance with everything. So, Gavin, who we got starting for us tonight?
For Triton, we have Tyler Heckaman, Ashton Oviedo, Keegan Westafer, Quentin Amsden, Jared Bules. For Oregon Davis, we have Dennis Cooley Jr., Garrett Weil, Nolan Green, at number 4, Cameron Taylor, and Dylan, that Murphy?
Yep. Okay. Got everybody's feet lined up.
You're just touching. Oh.
So Heckaman and Weil get ready to jump up one another. So that ball's up. Heckaman wins the tip. Quentin Amsden's got it and gives it off to Jared Bules. They're going to go to work here. Bules past the half-court line. He's going to work right. Finds Oviedo on the right wing. He'll circle back up to top the key. Looking down low for Heckaman. Not there. Goes on top to Bules. Heckaman patrolling down the middle. Gets at the left elbow. Heckaman now. Wheel on him. Heckaman tries to go to the stutter step. Whoa. And we'll get a traveling violation through there. Might have shuffled his feet just enough to warrant that.
I got a screen in the road, so I can't quite see there.
Hopefully we don't have as many turnovers as the girls' game yesterday.
That was quite a few. But, hey, the girls, you know what? That defensive stand at the end.
Ended up pulling out, though.
They played well. Murphy with it, kicks it on back up to Green. Cooley with it now. There's some Taylor's for. Green with it now. That's number 10. Cooley looking down low. Not there. On top to Murphy. Murphy now top the key. Keegan Westafer with the defense on him. Green now on the dribble drive. Kicks it to Cooley. Back to Weil. Weil with the up fake. Quentin Amsden on him. Back to Green. Green kicks it on over to Taylor. Taylor with an out. Back to Weil. Weil with the up fake. Taylor pulls it back. On over to Murphy straight away.
Triton's doing a really good job defensively, moving around, getting through screens, and tracking down the off-ball movers too.
And I mean, Triton's a different team they were when these two teams faced off. Their defense has really came alive. Team that only allows 41 points per game. And playing against a team that usually averages about 33 points per game on offense. Weil gets him. Bules comes in, takes it away. Weil flop to the ground, and Bules will go on the fast break, goes up and puts it in.
Really good job by him getting there, pull the ball away, and just take off and go straight to the basket.
That was even better move to be smart and go up underneath the basket, go with a strong, that more dominant hand to get it with the lay-in. Weil with the elbow jumper, no good. Ball tipped up. Green's got it now. Green directing traffic. Goes to Taylor. Taylor's well away from the three-point line. Goes to Cooley. Cooley with it. Goes on over to Murphy. Murphy with the basketball. Finds Taylor on the right wing. Feeds Green as he takes the pull-up jumper in from the free throw line. That one drops. Quentin Amsden quick up to Oviedo. Goes back to Bules. Finds Westafer in the corner. Murphy on him. Feeds Heckaman down low. Weil is right there with Heckaman. Heckaman to Bules. He'll dial long range. Ooh, can't get that one to quite drop, just off the mark to the right. Weil goes to save it, and Green's got it and gives it to Taylor. Taylor now on the fast break on the right wing. Pulls back. Here comes the double team.
Good job our defense to get down, get set up, cancel the fast break.
Green corner three. Far iron, no good. Bules comes in to fight for the rebound, and they're going to give it to Triton. Good job by Bules there to fight for that rebound. Quentin Amsden will read the ball up to the half-court line. Goes right, gives it to Westafer. Westafer to Bules on top of the key. Heckaman cycling down low as Westafer drives, tries to go up, and they're going to say it went off on the block there, and it'll stay here with Triton. Coach Groves calling out the play. As Quentin Amsden to inbound for the Trojans. Gives it to Heckaman. To Westafer, hit the up fake. He'll drive. No look pass. On a charge. As Weil planted his feet and Westafer comes through. He just slipped in there just in time to draw that charge.
That was one of them. He was already up in Keegan was up in the air that he probably should have just went ahead and put that shot up and in, but it just didn't matter with being a charge.
Both Thunder Strikes, I agree with that one as well. Bules, he likes that comparison to Dwayne Wade. That's his favorite player, and you know, you idolize your favorite player, you might as well play like him. Green to Murphy in the corner. Fadeaway three off the side of the backboard, no good. And Triton gets the ball back. We're still knotted up at 2 here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Glad people agree with what we've said about the players.
Hey, a lot of everybody says our comparisons are pretty close.
Yeah.
Emma even liked the Richard Hamilton comparison last night.
Not many people really remember him.
Hey, he was a good 6 man. Amsden drives, flips it to Heckaman. The big man's got it up and in.
Good job to get through 2 defenders down there and get the pass to Tyler.
Oregon Davis players, a lot of them are falling to the ground. Cooley gets it knocked away from Bules, and it'll go off. Oh, so Bules went off on him. Good job by Bules to get in there and knock it away.
He might have been on the sideline when he jumped up and caught the
Yeah.
ball.
But still even better to force him to have to inbound. John Gardner checking in as Westafer gets a quick break.
I think tonight might be the best Jared we've seen all season. Yesterday's practice, he had the most energy I've seen all year.
And Bules is one player I really like. I mean, I love you gotta love his intensity. They're gonna say Heckaman fouled him on a push. And checking in now for Cooley, I believe, is Jared Bryan. So Bryan in now for the Bobcats. You're good, bud. Weil tries to go through. They're going to call a blocking foul on, I believe, Heckaman.
Nope. Bules.
Going to call him Bules.
So that gets Triton up to 3 fouls this first quarter.
Gardner out there on Murphy. Bryan with it now, gives it to Green. Green goes cross court to Taylor. Bryan cycles up. And Quentin Amsden's all over it. Nice defense there. Bryan goes, no call. Weil feeds Murphy. Murphy goes up, loses it on the way up. Slipped right out of his hands there. Oviedo going to fight through traffic. Gardner now got to stop the offense. And the putback by Bryan, no good. And Gardner's down on the floor.
Looks like he hit his nose.
I guess it was good heads-up play there by Weil there. I mean, to call a timeout knowing he wouldn't have a chance to hang on to the basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good way. I mean, that's a smart play. Well, hey. See, we've even got a Someone else who thunderstrikes her ears with the Richard Sherman 6-man quote on Noah last night. Hey, there we go. See, I see. Dad always said, I told him all those years of watching basketball was going to pay off. So, and Carl Amsden, let's go boys, love you Q, love mom. Surely, that's one thing I love the Amsden boys. Quentin's always been one of my favorite players to watch, but Nate has really grown on me. Those two guys, the energy they bring and the work ethic, these guys just have no quit in them at all.
They do bring a lot of energy. It'll be good having Nate and Jeremiah both sitting on the bench, bringing a little bit of extra cheering from the sideline.
As they're in, as Tyson Yates checked into that last dead ball. Will gets it up top to Taylor. Taylor near side. Goes to Bryan. Bryan between the legs, dribble, not there. He's trying to find a place to go with it. Quentin Amsden shutting off all the lanes, and Oviedo comes in and intercepts. Leaves it for Tyson Yates, and he does what he does best and drives to the basket for the lay-in.
Good job by him to get around the defender, get the layup in, get the contact from behind, and still finish through.
Foul's going to be on Taylor. Is that their first foul of the ball game?
That's their first team foul.
And Westafer's going to check in for Heckaman. So 4-point ball game for the Trojans as Tyson Yates finds his way to the free throw line. And gets that one to drop. Murphy with it. Gardner fights through a real good string as Murphy sits there. Ooh, I don't know. He extended that arm out with a push. I mean, that right there should have been a quick indicator.
Yeah.
Foul's going to be on Gardner.
Yep, his first.
Checking in now will be Swanson for the Bobcats as Green gets a break. Taylor to inbound for the Bobcats. I'll tell you
did
what.
a good job trying to get up in there. Just went off of him out.
And that's a good observation because Keegan does a real good job just attacking the ball and guarding the player who's got it. I mean, he does a good job on defense to use that body to fight against it. And that ball almost got tipped in by Triton, kind of helping that one out. Oviedo's got it, and all four players on him, and he throws it off of Bryan.
Who's that? Who tried to tip in? You happen to see?
It was, I couldn't quite see. There was a whole bunch of them there.
Around her. We'll just give it to one of them.
So, what are we getting? A timeout?
Looked more like it was tipped by John.
It kind of looked like it was because he was trying to swat it away and just went back up. I mean, I guess take your pick.
Yep, I did.
That's kind of where I go with it. Just take your pick. Oh, my word. I see John was trying to get it, and it went back up in there. I can't tell. That looks like Weil.
That must have been who it was.
So, following the timeout, Gardner, Westafer, Amsden, Oviedo, and Tyson Yates out there for Triton. Taylor, Bryan, Swanson, Weil, and Murphy out there for the Bobcats.
Figured we got to be pretty good because West is going to probably help. We need to help him out for later.
Oviedo shot straight away, puts it in.
Good job just to put it right up the second he touched the ball.
And I love that quick release that Oviedo's got. Just a quick flick of the wrist, and that one ball will drop. Swanson with the double pump, no good there. Westafer gives it to Tyson Yates. Yates rolls right, hands off to Quentin Amsden. He'll go on the drive. Amsden on top to Gardner. Goes to Oviedo. Oviedo working against Taylor. In the corner, Quentin Amsden for three. Can't get that one to drop. Rebound Weil. Throws it. Taylor receives it and puts it in. Triton out in front by 6. Gardner to Amsden to Yates on the left side. Amsden now gets a good screen from Westafer. He'll go up strong. The hop step to Oviedo. Oviedo now on the dribble drive. Goes up strong, and he'll get fouled on the way through. Now, got to be careful doing that. That's a technical foul when you can't do that, and he did that. That's a technical foul. I'm just saying, it's if you're gonna call on everybody. Westafer gets it back to Oviedo, corner three, too strong. Heckaman tries to corral and Wheel dribbles it out, and it'll stay here.
Yep, that's what we ended up watching. It, we did tag it as 14 for that missed shot there.
Oviedo with it. Taylor out there on him, gives it to Bules. He'll dial long range, puts it in. Jared Bules, look, good shot there. Gavin, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, good job him get that one up.
And I like that shooting motion that Jared has. It looks exactly how Dwayne Wade's stroke was with that kind of pump.
Yeah.
You know, and it works real well, but he doesn't quite just push it to the basket. He does a real good job in using that as a strength to really dial himself up with the wrist to really use that action to get a good release. Heckaman hands off to Bules. Quickly on over to Westafer. Westafer to Heckaman. The big man's got it down low, and they're going to say he traveled again. I'm not quite sure. I didn't quite see his feet on that one. Didn't think he quite traveled. Bryan goes to near side. Seese has it. I got a jump ball, and it'll stay with Oregon Davis.
Good job by Tyson getting there and trying to fight it away. Good job forcing a jump ball.
Westafer got a piece of it. Nice job by Keegan to knock off that passing lane. It's one thing of the guys I really enjoy watching is how they attack the passing lanes. Swanson forces one up, back iron, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. 13-4 is our score. Triton's out in front.
Really solid first quarter for us. Really well defensively and really good shooting so far.
Wild? Okay, 14. 14 is Wild.
Is Wild? Okay.
All right, there for Triton. There, Bules leading the way with 5 points. Oviedo with 3, Yates with 3, and Heckaman with 2. Bules, Heckaman, Gardner, and Westafer all having a single foul for Oregon Davis. Taylor with 2 and Green with 2. And then fouls, Taylor and Swanson each having a single foul. And then team stats there, 13. Oregon Davis does have 4 points. And free throws, 1-1 for Triton. They're at the bottom, there are turnovers, even there with 3 turnovers apiece.
So if you're interested in seeing photos from tonight's game, head on over to imagesbytrent.com. Browse Triton's basketball photos right at your fingertips. Site was just revamped today, new updated store. So he has them up there. You can go on there and purchase those.
Oops. Trying to tweak the score and didn't have enough time.
So here we go now. Yates with the basketball, second quarter underway. Goes back to Bules on the right elbow, feeds Heckaman. The big man goes up strong with the left hand and gets the friendly roll.
Good job by him to be patient down there, take a couple of dribbles and go up with it strong.
Swanson with it, goes on over here to Seese. Seese goes to Weil up top. Appreciate the fans that helped us out get the last name pronounced right. Appreciate that a lot. Swanson with it, goes back. Goes to Bryan, and Jared's going to get in there. Oh, they're going to say he traveled.
They're really tight on this tonight.
There's a lot of them that they don't quite look like those obvious travels. I mean, they're picking up the little short.
But if as long as it's consistent, you can't really complain.
Yep. Oviedo goes to work now. Trying to go to Heckaman. Covered really well by Weil. Bules crossover. He goes up strong and puts it in.
Good job by Jared. Use his dribble moves, get himself down low, and go up with it.
And Isaiah Vaca correct on that one. Nobody can stop him. The senior playing in his last bi-county tournament. 3 ball off the mark by Taylor. Gets his own rebound. Putbacks up and no good. Tips up away, and Bryan comes away with it. Seese keeps that one alive. Weil's 3-point shot off the mark, and Oviedo wisely lets that one go out of bounds. Cooley comes in as Bryan will come out. As Bules goes to inbound. Westafer to Bules on the left wing. Back onto Westafer, gets a good screen from Heckaman. He'll drive, goes up strong, and he'll get fouled on the way through and go to the line for 2. We'll have a foul. It'll be the second team foul on Oregon, third team foul on Oregon Davis.
Can't tell who.
It'll be on
Pitts.
I'm sorry, I was calling him Swanson there for a little bit. Looked at the wrong number. Westafer gets that one to drop. As Green coming back in for Taylor. And Quentin Amsden relaying the call. And Bules comes out for as Amsden comes in.
Oh.
2 late substitutions for Oregon Davis as Murphy comes in. So here we go now. Westafer back to the line. Second shot, front iron, no good. Quentin Amsden tries to keep it alive but can't quite do so.
Really good hustle there.
Gardner and Westafer will switch places. Exactly right. Cooley with it now. Goes up to Green. Green back to Cooley. Green with it now. So they're kind of working it around there. Swanson with it. Goes on top to Green. Green straight away. Goes to work. Spins back. Goes to Swanson. Swanson to Pitts. To Cooley. Back to Pitts. He'll dial long range. Contested 3 and goes off the glass.
That was a good shot.
Nice shot there by Ryan Pitts Jr. from three-point line. And they now trail by 9 or 11.
Ooh.
And a nice play, the alley-oop for John Gardner. Gardner with a good cut. That was a good cut by him.
Really good pass by Tyson, set it up. Just put it right where his hands would be because he's going up for it.
Cooley gets it from Swanson to Green. To Murphy. And Oviedo jumps in there and he steals it away. He'll go up strong, adjusts, and the glass and gets it dropped. And Oviedo hit the ground hard.
He does such a good job at dribbling through the defense and then doing all the moves on the way to the basket. His play style is kind of like Kyrie Irving.
Yep. Agree with that. McIntyre will come in for Heckaman. And Weil will be checking back in. Foul was on Swanson, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. And Oviedo gets that one to drop. Triton now leads 21-7. As we near the 5-minute mark of the second quarter, Weil across the half-court line. Pitts with the up fake goes back to Weil. McIntyre has to work here in the post. Cooley now. Weil calling for the basketball. McIntyre, the man with the motor, doesn't quit. It's on defense. Weil, he does a good job using that baseline. Tries to adjust back to Cooley. Good job by McIntyre to turn around and get up there with the hand. Oviedo dribbles away. Floater for him. Up and in.
Such a good move to set it up. Kind of faked it at them, then brought it back to himself before stepping forward and shooting it up.
No, I like the Kyrie Irving analysis of Ashton, but there when he drives to the basket and he goes to attack and some of those floaters he pulls up, almost looks like a young Tony Parker.
Yeah, I
mean with the dribbling style and how he can kind of split defenders and really get through things, he kind of stops and just flips. So he'll just stop on a dime and just go right up with it. Tony Parker used to do that. Irritated the living daylights out of me. I was rooting for Steve Nash and the Suns, and well, Tony Parker wrecked our dreams every single year.
I never really liked Tony Parker, so I don't really remember him too much.
I like Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, so I watch that team pretty closely.
Yeah.
Just so I like those two. I like David Robinson too.
Just glancing down through here. First time we played Oregon Davis, it was pretty much a one-person team for Oregon Davis. Or one person pretty much doing all points, but they got some guys that's actually doing some shooting and kind of passing that scoring around.
Yeah, I mean, thus far, Weil really hasn't got a whole lot of opportunities to get to the basket, and Bules comes in there and takes it away. Bules all ball now and goes off Murphy's foot, no call. Weil with it on the fast break. We'll go against Oviedo, and he'll travel as Oviedo took some punishment on that one. Coach Gross, you good? You good? All smiles from Oviedo as he stands up. It'd be nice to see Heckaman get a dunk. He's told me I'm going to see one this season, so hopefully he can get on a fast break where he can get it done. He's came close.
Thing is, you want one of those dunks to happen in a tight game, and you need that boost.
Yep.
To really get the team going.
I agree. Good cut there, the basket by Oviedo. Weil gets it top the key, goes to Cooley on the left side. Pitts will cycle up to top the key, and now he'll go back to work near side. Goes to Weil, waits for Murphy on the left wing. Gets a good screen from Cooley. He'll spin move, goes up strong to the basket. No, got a little bit of contact, no call. Gardner dribbles out of trouble. Goes to Oviedo.
Good job by John to keep his head up and know where the defense was. Didn't have a bad turnover there.
Oviedo for three. Can't get that one to drop. Cooley with the basketball. Goes on up to Green. Green comes back to center court. Weil with it. Goes to Pitts. Pitts trying to get it over to Cooley and does top the key. Gets a hard screen from Weil. Weil gets on the right wing. He'll put on the floor and drive. Kicks out to Pitts. Pitts for three again. Can't get that one to drop. Rebound to John Gardner. It's going to be a foul. They're going to call it on Weil, I believe, on the rebound. Yep, be on Weil.
I kind of like that. Yell it out. I can hear it from here.
That's kind of.
They don't have an announcer.
I know. Sometimes that makes it a lot easier sometimes for us. So some substitutions for the Bobcats is Bryan, Murphy, Taylor, Cooley, and Swanson out there for the Bobcats. Westafer as he drives. Gives it to Oviedo's out there with Gardner, Amsden, and Heckaman. Amsden for a corner three, puts it in.
Good job to get positioned and make that shot look easy.
Bryan. Gardner doing some real good job in-your-face defense. Swanson feeds Bryan. Bryan up with it, gets that nice shot off the glass. Amsden to Westafer on the left wing. 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Amsden goes baseline, floaters up. He gets his own rebound, tips it to Westafer, who corrals it. Nice job by Keegan to stay with it. Gardner all alone. Murphy almost comes away with it. Gardner could have went right back up with it. Goes to Westafer. Corner three for him. Puts it in. Keegan Westafer from the corner three he loves so much. He gets that one to drop.
Really good kick out to get that one open for him.
That was good. John was kind of slow to see that release, a possible chance to go up with it, but did a real good job by staying composed, not just giving to the nearest guy and saw an open guy and fed it to him. That was a real good job by him to keep his composure in that moment. Because like I said, I was one of those players too that maybe I had a shot and I was looking more to pass sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's tough when you're in the heat of the moment. Do I go up? Or do I give it to a guy that I know is going to score?
It's hard to decide.
Oh, it's got to be a quick decision. Taylor with it now. Gives it on over to Bryan. Bryan, pull up deep two for him. Gets at it to drop. Line drive shot there. 31 to 11's our score.
Takes a bit for the visitors because we got to manually put it in.
Oviedo with it now. Inside the final minute of the second quarter. Triton leading 31 to 11. And they're going to say Heckaman got fouled down low. Head coach Larry Sinnert didn't like that one.
So that's second on Taylor. Team sixth.
And Tyson Yates will check in for Quentin Amsden. Yates inbounds, goes to Westafer. Bules hands off to Tyson Yates. To Oviedo. For three, can't get that one to drop. Heckaman tries to fight for the rebound, and Westafer comes with it. Tyson Yates, he'll dial long range. Can't get that one to drop. Rebound's going to go to Taylor as he gives it to Murphy. Murphy with it past the half-court line. Tyson Yates comes in and too much body on the reach there. And they'll get him there with the push. He didn't yell it, though. He was too close.
Yep. Well, that gets Triton up to 6 fouls this half.
So both teams with 16 fouls. As Taylor inbounds to Cooley, and Cooley will travel now right there. He took off of his feet before he put on the floor. Good call. 31-11 is our score. Triton's out in front. Coach Groves calling out the play. Tyson Yates will bring it slowly past the half-court line. Goes to Bules on the near side. Yates goes to Oviedo on the left elbow. Oviedo loses it. Bryan tries to run it down. Oviedo keeps it alive. Gives it to Westafer. Up fake for him. Goes back inside 10 seconds. Yates goes up with it. Has to go back up at the buzzer. Can't get that one to drop. And that's the end of halftime. 31-11. Gavin, go ahead. Sorry.
Did a good job trying to throw it up last second. Just wasn't enough.
That was good ball movement by the guys to kind of get things opened up. I mean, the ball movement's there. I mean, they're doing really well as far as turnovers go from our count with 4. Kenny will have the halftime stats, and we'll take a break.
Yeah, I got to manually do a few things here.
I'm going to give a shout out to Chris Slacker down there pushing the mop. He's been keeping the floors in pristine shape all week.
And both gyms.
Yeah.
Because he's been going back and forth tonight. So Chris has been working hard.
All right, there for Triton. Bules, 5 points. Oviedo and Yates each with 3. Heckaman with 2. Foul-wise, just Bules, Heckaman, Gardner, and Westafer all have a single foul. For Oregon Davis, Taylor with 2, Green with 2, and fouls, Taylor with 1 and Swanson with 1. Shoot, that didn't update. Should add some more on there. So we got to manually do a few things tonight just because we got, there we go. Bryant with 4, Pitts with 3, Taylor with 2, and Green with 2. There are fouls. Taylor with 2 fouls, Pitts and Weil. And we'll go back to Triton there. That looks a little better. Ashton Oviedo with 8, Bules with 7, Heckaman with 4, Westafer 4, Yates and Amsden with 3, Gardner with 2. And then most of those guys all have a single foul except for Oviedo. And then now we'll get the team stats there. The free throws there. Triton only been at the line 3 of 5. Oregon Davis hadn't had a chance. 2 points there, 8 of 11. And their misses here were just right here at the last of the second quarter. Otherwise, they were shooting 100%. And they're at the bottom there to kind of corral those turnovers for Triton down to 4 with Oregon Davis up to 8.
So before we go to a halftime break, I told Danny I'd give her a shout-out tonight. And she's at home watching. She had a good visit this week. And
That's right.
at the hospital from the quick look at the scans that her tumor is might be receding. So, I mean, might be starting to shrink, which is a great thing. But, yeah, she's been a tough little girl. She's doing pretty good. Jackson's, of course, he's been mobile. And Kate and I got to go to the circus today and ride in a cop car to the circus, so we had fun.
Yep, you had a good day today.
Oh, yeah, it was a great day. So as everybody else is taking a break, well, I think we ought to take a break here, too. We'll be right back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, welcome back, Triton Trojan fans. I'm Andrew here alongside Gavin Greer, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Ryan for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. And before we get halftime underway, Amanda Heckaman said, Uncle David and Aunt Debbie say hi. Appreciate them watching as we get this second half underway. Hey, Zach, since you hit a three-pointer, here's a pop. So Oregon Davis goes right down and scores that one. That was Nolan Green. Sorry, I had to play a little trick on Zach. Amsden goes to Westafer on the left wing. Gives to Heckaman, top the key. Oviedo. As he'll go up with it. Didn't quite say that right. Uncle David and Aunt Debbie are watching from Florida. So appreciate them watching. As we got a good game going here. 31-13. Triton's out in front, but Oregon Davis with the momentum here early in the second half. Green goes in the attack. Pull-up jumper. Can't get that one to drop. Amsden gets the rebound.
Tyler did a good job switching over there and putting his hands right in the shooter's face, stopping him from getting it up there.
Heckaman couldn't quite get that one to drop. And Murphy, they're called block on Amsden, because he just got ran over by a Mack truck. Mercy. So Taylor now goes to inbounds. Up top to Weil. Weil to Murphy on the right wing. Feeds it to Weil yet again. Weil. Ooh. Can't get down, pull up. And they're going to call a, what did they call?
Turnover, travel.
Oh, it was a travel. I was looking over there. Looks like Heckaman's getting a finger taped up. Might have got a finger jammed out there.
He'd had it taped at practice. I think it was yesterday, too.
Inbound goes to Bryan. Bryan now in the corner. Pulls back. Goes up to Taylor. As he waits, goes to Weil on the elbow. And Oviedo tries to come in. A little too tough there with the attempt to knock it away. And that'll be a foul on Oviedo. It'll be the second team foul here in this second half. Inbound goes to Weil. Weil, pull-up jumper, short of the mark, no good. Oviedo with it now. Taylor on him. Goes to Westafer. Westafer the head fake. Goes up strong. Knocked away by Murphy. Goes cross court on to Bules. Amsden goes with the screen. Here comes a couple double teams. Westafer straightaway three. Can't get that one to drop. He hit one earlier. And that one goes out of bounds. They'll stay here with Triton. So Quentin Amsden to inbound for the Trojans. Yet to score in this half. Bules hands off to Amsden. Got to get something to open up here in that half-court offense. McIntyre with on the right wing. Goes to Oviedo. Oviedo drives. Goes to McIntyre. To Westafer. Back to Oviedo on the left wing. He'll drive. Goes up strong to the left hand. And can't get the friendly rolls. Murphy gets the rebound.
Good try by Hunter. Dive down there and try to get rebound.
He's done a good job. Hunter's really developed down there, moving without the basketball and getting those jump plays if you must. As Green gets that three to drop. They've gone on a 5-0 run here to start this third quarter. Oviedo with the basketball now on the right wing. Gets a screen from McIntyre. Taylor fights through it. McIntyre trying to get position down low. Goes to Bules. To Amsden. McIntyre comes out. Quentin Amsden tries to go through. We didn't have a player there right in time. Coach Groves is not pleased with that one. Murphy drives, goes up strong and can't get the friendly roll. That's Quentin Amsden gets the rebound. Amsden past the half-court line on the right wing now. Wanted to go to McIntyre down low, pulls it back. Westafer with it. Back to Oviedo for three. Can't get that one to drop. Taylor gets the rebound. Green past the half-court line, leaves it to Taylor. Weil with it, goes baseline, and McIntyre will get him with the blocking foul. That'll be 3 team fouls on the Trojans here in this third quarter. As Yates, Gardner, and Heckaman will all check in for Triton, bringing out McIntyre, Westafer, and Quentin Amsden.
Is it pretty sad when you have more fouls in the half than you did points?
Sometimes they can. I mean, that 5-0 run that Oregon Davis is on.
Yo, look at our fouls on our scoreboard.
Oh, it's not reading it again. We're not in the best setup tonight.
But do appreciate LaVille's hospitality and everything set up for us. Do appreciate it. It's a little tough with the scoreboard camera tonight. Bryan gets the feed. Oregon Davis not quitting. He'll go through and get a push. And the foul will be on the floor. Triton kind of sputtering here in this third quarter. Looking like a different team that we saw than what we saw in the first half.
So that one's going to be on Jared, his second. So they have 4 fouls already.
Bryan gets it, pulls back on the elbow. No good front iron. Weil with the putback and in.
Yes, that is what happened with Argus Culver last game. Argus kind of came out soft after halftime, but then picked it up fourth quarter.
And Coach Groves comes in and in a hurry calls a timeout to get the guys fired back up. And it's like a situation the other night. It was a very devastating blow the other night, and that was but in the thing where this Bi-County does play a role, and that loss though, these guys here, when they have battled through losses, when they've battled through tough moments, the adversity they face, they always find a way to get back up, and they never quit.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, Gavin, that you get to see every day in practice and how they react. These guys always just react so positively following anything bad that happens or good. They don't quite get all high on themselves, but yet when they face something tough, they bounce back in a hurry.
They always try to find a way to get better from it.
Gardner didn't want to pull away from there. Oviedo retreats back. Heckaman, he's got it. He'll work against Weil. Heckaman spin move goes up, and the foul will be on the floor. Believe it might be on Weil.
Good job by him to stay in there and get the contact, get a foul on them. Try to even the foul deficit for the half.
Really trying to work down there to Heckaman, who's only got 4 points in the ball game. Him and Oviedo usually get pretty close to double digits. Heckaman with the screen, goes down low, goes up and puts it in. Tyler Heckaman using the glass there as the bank shot drops. And Triton's on the board, the lid's been lifted. Green out, goes to Murphy on the right wing. Gardner now with some good defense, staying with him. Weil to Bryan. Goes to Taylor, good defense by Tyson Yates to come out there and do a good job to fight for that one as Green shots off the mark, and now he'll get caught. Ooh, falls to the ground, wanted a travel call. They'll call a timeout. He fell to the ground, no travel call, so not quite sure there.
Didn't shuffle his feet.
I don't know if he had full possession when he fell.
I'm turning over a new leaf.
And for the most part, it's been pretty good.
Yeah.
However, when the microphone is off. Oh, man. It has been a fast and furious week. I'm telling you what, it is. Some nights it's gone slow. It's hard to believe it's Friday.
And
but
two games a night.
But two games a night. My word.
Which, like I said, we did, a couple of those games. We were here, so we just set up and pushed them out so people could see them. Didn't necessarily call them, but they were still fun games to watch. Earlier game we watched, just the Argus Culver game, did start to get a little interesting.
Yep. Argus won that one 58-34 in their consolation game.
A little bit ago, what did we say? The other gym was
LaVille was
20
to 14.
14, Glenn.
Glenn was over LaVille. In the second quarter.
Not sure who won the first game. New Prairie and Bremen played.
New Prairie won.
New Prairie won. Okay. So
at least that's what Duff said.
So having a quick chat down there with the coach and the scorer's table. Weil step back jumper, no good, off the mark. Rebound to Taylor, and he'll step on the line, and Triton gets the ball back. Tyson Yates receives the basketball. He'll go to work now. Yates goes to Bules. On to Gardner. Up to Heckaman, alley-oop, and can't get it to drop, and Heckaman fights for it, and we'll get a jump ball. It'll stay here with Triton.
Good job by him to try to get the ball after his miss. really fight for it there.
It could be that it's darker in here. Maybe that's why Tyler didn't get that alley-oop.
They're currently at halftime in the other gym, and Glenn's up 29-24 over LaVille.
So that's a ball game across the way. Weil hits the floor as Murphy pushes it up past the half-court line. Step back three for him. In and out. Rebound Heckaman.
We had the locker room door closed, and you could hear all the fans cheering.
I'll bet you could. The official almost got ran over on that one. Yates is trying to get away from it, and they're going to get a timeout for Triton as Coach Grove saw trouble and in a hurry called a timeout to get that one stopped in a hurry. So, Gavin, do you think we try to interview somebody tonight?
We could.
Who do you think we ought to pull? Now, we got a suggestion from Trent earlier. He thinks we ought to go for John tonight.
We could do that.
Do you think we go for Gardner?
Yeah.
You got anything good we can kind of ask questions on with John? That's.
No, I'll have to be picking up after the game.
Oh, so you're not. So you're not. Oh, you got to work. Oh
yeah.
Man, I forgot about that. Gavin, it's okay. You got managerial duties.
We might want to pack up.
I know. I kind of want to pack up tonight. I've had a long day. Fun day, but a long day.
Save it for tomorrow.
Yep.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Duff's saying that
Yeah,
thinks we'll have something big after it.
Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. If Gardner's here tomorrow, I'll throw a headset on him. You don't have to stand in front of the camera if you don't want to. You can just throw a headset on. We'll talk to him. So I might just pack up. I don't have a problem going home and shut my eyes.
We got a 1:30 game tomorrow afternoon for the JV boys,
Yep.
and then the girls varsity will be at 6:30, I believe.
Yep, and that's the second time in school history that the girls have found their way to the championship game. Big win last night over John Glenn. Westafer to Oviedo. Yates now on top of the key. He'll drive, goes back. Wanted Oviedo, backdoor, finds Westafer. Westafer drives, and he'll go and they'll say he traveled. So Westafer, Yates, Gardner, Bules, Oviedo out there for Triton. Green, Bryan, Weil, Murphy, and Taylor out there for the Bobcats. Green out. Looking for Bryan, who's on alone on the baseline. Shots up and in. And that puts them down by 13. As Oviedo with the basketball goes back to Yates. Triton has got to find a way to get another field goal on the board, only making one in this half. We've got a foul here. Quentin Amsden will come in with Tyler Heckaman as Gardner and Bules will get a break. Although I do kind of like this setup a little bit better than in the corner.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm going to get ran over. Heckaman hook shots in. The big man has came alive in the third quarter.
Good job by him to spin around and there and get the shot up.
I love watching Tyler work in the post, especially on the both sides of the ball. He does so well. And he has really worked hard on his post game. He has worked really hard on it. And it's really starting to show.
That foul down here on Oregon Davis is on Taylor.
Oh.
So he did pick up his third.
And he'll make that shot there and might get a chance for the N1 opportunity.
Tyler does spend a lot of time on his post game. This summer I had to be his test dummy kind of at the park.
They're going to call it. Hold on a second here. They count the basket?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a loose ball foul then.
And
Okay.
then they did put a foul on Keegan.
Weil gets the friendly bounce. And, that's one thing Tyler told me when talking to him in passing during football season and everything was, he goes, I've been working. He says it's going to be a fun year. I've been working. I love his attitude. Tyler's always a fun one to watch, and always enjoy talking to Tyler. Oviedo works left, goes to Yates. He'll go baseline. Kicks it back on top to Oviedo. Inside the final minute remaining. Triton only scoring 4 points in this quarter, being outscored 13-4. Yates feeds Heckaman. The big man goes up strong. They're going to say he traveled. Now
he has that little bit of jerk to him, and evidently the refs believe he's just scooping his foot.
Heckaman might be shaking up just a little bit, kind of holding that right leg a little bit. Hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see your scoreboard's falling apart over there.
Oh, that just happened.
Yep.
It probably would have fell over had that screen not been there.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Good thing Trent's not sitting there.
I'm going to tell Trent to move a little more to his right. Might be smart about a foot. As Weil misses that free throw. Fouls on Bules. Quentin Amsden will relay to everybody what we're going to do. There's a starting fives out there for Triton here. Weil's shot off the mark, and they're going to say, what are we going to call now? There's somebody that's Triton.
Going to be a foul on.
Foul's going to be on Bryan. So inbound, Bules goes to Quentin Amsden. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Amsden past the half-court line, goes to Bules on the left wing. Bryan to force some action, goes to Bules, on to Oviedo. Triton doing a good job holding the ball, and the clock kind of work a little bit. Oviedo works away from the pressure, goes to Quentin Amsden. 15 seconds now. Amsden feeds Oviedo. He'll drive, goes up strong with the fadeaway off the glass, not there. Rebound to Murphy. Murphy on the fast break, quickly to Green. Green, buzzer's gonna go off, and he'll, no, that was off the mark. And that's the end of the third quarter. 35-24 is our score. Gavin, what do you see in that quarter that the guys need to kind of get cleaned up before they play in the fourth?
They just need to play hard like they were in the first half. Play better defense, not allow them to get the easy shots that they have been getting. And they need to go back on the offensive and just drive to the basket, get Ashton open for the threes like he was early. He was hitting them then. He just hasn't gotten them to fall this quarter.
And Kenny and I was talking there in the middle between there at halftime and then the break there. It just seems like a lot of the back buckets we scored were in transition.
Yeah.
And the Oregon Davis is really taking away those transition baskets. They're going to have to execute a little bit better on that half-court offense to give themselves. I mean, in this half, from what I saw, I mean they really need to really execute on that half-court offense to give themselves a little bit better of a chance to get some points on the board. Heckaman's coming alive. He's playing a lot better. And I mean, you got guys that are really starting to kind of find their groove, but yet they've some silly, I guess, turnovers. I mean, and like Kenny said, they don't seem to quite like that little jerk that Tyler does with his body. They want to call it travel each time, which he's not moving his feet, but it might be enough to just kind of throw off the officials what they're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So fourth quarter underway. Checking and seeing his first moments is Danford for the Bobcats with Murphy, Weil, Taylor, and Bryan. Backdoor for Weil. He goes up and in, and rebound for Heckaman, and we're going to get a foul. Foul's going to be on Weil. That'll be his third?
His third. So Oregon Davis has two players, Taylor and Weil, with each of the three fouls.
Amsden goes to Westafer. On top to Bules. Amsden on the right wing, and here comes Danford, and he'll get caught with a push. 15 foul now for the Bobcats. Oviedo, Bules, Heckaman, Westafer, Amsden the starting five out there for the Trojans.
Do you have the bonus light turned on already?
We noticed that the other night. They turn it on when there's 16 fouls. Usually they turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on so that way the next one, the rest will look at their scoreboard.
Okay.
Westafer to Bules, straight away, goes on over to Amsden. Looking down low, goes to Oviedo. Deep three for him, puts it in. Ashton Oviedo.
Good job for him to get out and alone out there, put it up, and open up the three-point line for him.
Garrett's in an area code that young man can't shoot from. Bryan in the quarter to Weil. He'll go baseline, and Heckaman got out in his way just enough for the blocking foul. I'll tell you what, though, the job that Jared Bules is doing on Murphy is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even though Murphy's got some size on him, but Bules is playing like he is a 6'4" forward against him. I'm telling you what, I love how Jared plays bigger than what he is.
Mm-hmm.
Young man rises, hard worker. I mean, all that in a bag of chips. You look that up in the dictionary, there he is. Heckaman receives the rebound as Amsden now goes to work. Amsden to Westafer on the left wing. On top goes to Bules. Amsden cycling around on the right wing. Alley-oop to Heckaman and can't get the drop.
It's a good try to toss it up to him.
And mercy sakes.
Let's see what we got.
Head coach Larry Center didn't like the defense played by his team, trying to figure out who's guarding Heckaman on the back door.
So that foul was on Jared Bules, so that's going to be his 4th.
Don't know how that's really foul on Jared.
And he got ran over.
Yeah.
We have an earlier tonight where there's just a young man that just wasn't quite seeing all that was going on, and he was roadkill at one point. Sheesh. In the Culver Argus game.
Went through Mans.
Oh, yeah, when he went through. Yeah, my goodness. Murphy, second shot, goes in. 38-26.
The Owen play is kind of like a football stiff arm, just throwing him.
Owen's a tough ball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yates to Oviedo on the right wing. Goes down to Heckaman. He's going to go to work on the low block. Banks open for Tyler Heckaman.
Another great move down there. Just has so many that he can use on the defense.
Murphy pull up three. No good. Rebound Tyson Yates.
Good job by Yates to break through all those and get it down quick for a three-point shot.
Transition three in the corner for Keegan Westafer. Love seeing him hit those 2 3-pointers. And Coach Groves liked that one.
Yeah, earlier in the week there, he could start seeing him getting that stride and starting to get taking a lot more of those shots and getting them to drop. And then now here tonight, that gets him up to 7 points.
And I'm getting to know Keegan over the last couple of years and getting to know him and seeing his work ethic and everything. And he told me, I messaged him on Twitter and tell him keep up the hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I love his attitude. When he's unable to contribute on the scoreboard, he's doing so much more other things away from the basketball.
Yeah.
That's stuff you don't see in the stat line. We see it broadcasting, but to see Keegan hit those threes that I know he's just been wanting those to drop, it's just a huge relief. And I'm really proud that he hasn't quit and he has had the right mentality to say, you know what, if I can't contribute this way, I'm going to contribute this way. And then if something opens up, hey, I'll pull the trigger. So I love the confidence that Keegan Westafer goes out there and plays with each and every night. But I'll tell you what, this group this week, they went through a tough moment, but yet their attitude, they don't give up. And that's instilled. That's with these seniors that you see out there with Tyler and Jared and Quentin. You see with those 3 guys right there and what they do.
We lost the third quarter.
But we're winning the fourth.
14-3, but now here in this fourth quarter, they're outscoring Oregon Davis 8-2.
And one thing that I really like about them is they listen to coach and they adjust. They don't sit there and say, hey, this is my game, this is the way I'm going to play. They listen and they are coachable players. And we're going to get a foul on Gardner. Might have got a little too aggressive there on the play. Checking in on the last dead ball was Pitts, and Danford. Oregon Davis, no JV team. All their players are on varsity. Kenneth Harrington. Hey, I'll tell you what. Keegan's a great young man. Chandler, he's going to be a good ball player, too. I like watching Chandler play. Westafer family, a great family. Good group of people. Murphy shots up off the mark. Weil will travel with it. Good call there as he went a couple steps on that throw. So here we go. 43-27, Triton out in front with 5:48 remaining in the ball game. Gardner to inbound. Heckaman comes in and demands the basketball. Goes to Oviedo. Good job there. Oviedo does a great job getting away from the defender. Keeps the drive going to Yates. Gets it and did a good job. And with that 6th offensive player coming off his face, passing it to him. Well,
it's just a trick play he's doing. Had it go up in the air, had defenders go for it, and then right back down himself, got the shot.
Well, if he's had his stuff, he knows. He don't have one now. Oviedo now works on the left. Gardner. And they'll say he traveled.
I just shook the whole tripod. It's
Yeah.
yeah, it's on.
Man, I'm good with it being 5.1. Not the score, though. So Murphy now. Past the half-court line, gets a good screen from Taylor. Gardner did a good job staying with Taylor. Weil drives, and Heckaman comes in with the block party, and we'll get a travel, and he'll stay here with Oregon Davis. That was a good job by Heckaman to stay there, not use the body as much, but use that length and knock it away. Murphy will fall to the ground trying to get a hold of that one as Oviedo comes away with it. Oviedo in transition. Stutter step, goes back to Gardner. To Westafer. Yates cycles to the elbow. Up fake, floaters up. Heckaman can't get there in time to put it back up and in. Rebound to Green, he's in a hurry. And Yates comes in and tips it away, and he'll fall to the ground. What?
Jump ball. Okay,
Murphy. I don't know. Did you accidentally click that? Did you actually didn't click that for us? Yates to Westafer. Trying to direct traffic, goes to Heckaman. Heckaman backing down Weil, goes up the left hand and can't get that one to drop, but draws the foul.
Really good job to draw that foul. Took a lot to get down in there and go up with it.
And the big man gets that one to drop.
Did it?
Yes. We may have added something. And that one's off the mark. 46-27 according to the scoreboard. Might have added something somewhere. Swanson will drive, goes high to Weil. He brings it down. Pitts goes to Green and gets the friendly bounce. Had just enough backspin on that one to bounce forward. That was a good job there. Heckaman all alone underneath the basket, goes up strong, can't draw the foul. Good defense by Weil.
That was a good pass to get down there quickly.
Weil cross court to Green. Green out to Taylor. Taylor drives, no look pass. Weil steps into a three, can't get down, a drop back iron, rebound Keegan Westafer. And Weil gets a piece of that one, and they're going to get a foul. And Triton must have got fouled on that one. Westafer thought they were going to call it on. They called it on 34.
Evidently, there's somebody else who missed a foul on. Because there was. Must be there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oviedo gets the friendly roll. And the second shot, no good. Swanson off the mark.
Defense has been a lot better in the last couple of minutes.
Foul's going to be on Swanson. And that will send Westafer back to the line.
Still.
First shot goes in.
Second free throw goes in for Triton, bringing our lead back up to 20 points.
Yeah, so it went to there. There you go. So Murphy with the basketball, it goes away, and Quentin Amsden's going to get called for the foul. Q can't buy a charge tonight.
Murphy just goes right over all of them when they get the blocking fouls.
Boy, he's not afraid to make contact. So Murphy now. Shots up off the front iron, no good. Wondering if we might have accidentally looked at 40 and.
Thing is, they've got number 3 on the scoreboard.
Oh, it's Quentin. 30's on the player's 30. And Heckaman comes in, knocks it away, and it's going to stay here. Players on the floor for Oregon Davis: Cooley, Green, Bryan, Murphy, and Pitts out there. Quentin Amsden, Tyson Yates, Ashton Oviedo, Tyler Heckaman, and Jared Bules out there for the Trojans. Pitts to Cooley. Ooh, got to wait for travel there if they're going to call the other one's travel. Cooley, good job by Heckaman to come out and shut off the lane to Bryan. Oviedo got a piece of that one. Green recovers. Goes to Cooley on the right wing. In the corner to Bryan. And he'll travel. Good job by Heckaman to make him just stutter just enough. Just knocked him off course just enough. Or they got there and just threw him off course. Yates goes, and Cooley trying to get there to him. Goes to Heckaman. On to Oviedo. Yates now cycles up top, and it'll be off the hand of Bryan, and it'll stay here with Triton.
Bryan didn't hit that away. That could have been a really good setup for Quentin to get a three-pointer.
Yates gets the handoff as Oviedo dials long range again. No good there. Gets his own rebound. Nice job by him to stay put. Goes up strong with the left hand and gets the friendly roll. Love watching Ashton Oviedo go to work with the basketball.
Did a really good job to work his way down there off his own rebound.
But the big thing, a lot of things you don't see a lot of players do as much anymore is wait and follow their shot, and he followed his shot on that one.
Yeah.
Yates comes in, gets knocked around, gets slapped in the face by Pitts. That's the second time in a couple times tonight where some players gotten hit in the eye in both games.
Yeah.
So Heckaman comes out for a break. Minute 56 remaining in the ball game as Hunter McIntyre checks in. And the Heckaman family cheering on Tyler as he gets a break there. Played well tonight. I mean, he's worked back hard. He's done a great job working with the basketball tonight. Ended up with 11 points. You know, Tyler's he's a hard worker. Love his work ethic. And Yates must have having a hard time with that eye. As Eric will take a quick look on her.
Official timeout.
Hope he's okay. Does he wear contacts?
I don't know.
But they're looking.
Zach, does he wear contacts? Zach doesn't think so.
They're really looking at it. Hope he's okay. He might try to flush with some solution maybe to get that. Maybe he just got it just irritated enough or he got caught. So checking in for the Bobcats, number 30.
Yes, was a contact. Looks like he put it back in.
It's Caleb Seese.
I got a score from the other gym. At the end of the third quarter, Glenn is up 41-35 on LaBelle.
So John Glenn trying to punch their ticket to the championship game tomorrow. As Yates, his first free throw off the front iron, no good. And they go back.
Glad Tyson waited for Eric to bring solution, put it back in his eye. I remember someone putting it in his mouth to wet it to put it in his eye.
Well, I'm going to get to find out what it's like to have contacts. And Oviedo wanted McIntyre bad on that one, and they just look back at one another and smile. And Hunter McIntyre is another player I just really like watching him play. Just his energy and his willingness just to really just kind of go out there and play his role. And he works hard. Don't let him fool it. He works hard. Bules feeds Yates with the pretty reverse land and the and one opportunity coming to Tyson Yates.
Really good job by him to get. He got really high up there.
Yes,
Touched the glass a little bit with his hand.
Yes, he did.
Put that one right in.
Checking in now. I don't have him. Good grief. Shots up off the side iron. McIntyre tries to go and get the rebound to go off on him. And Yates will come out. And Gardner will come in. Tyson Yates has had himself a night. 7 points. Played a big role in defense and some pretty good passes. Pitts goes. Kicked it on over. Seese with it. On top to Green. Pitts for three. Side iron. Rebound's going to be fought for. Triton comes away with it. And they're trying to fight for that rebound. It was Henry Merriman. Looks a lot taller than 5'8". How tall is Jared? 5'9"?
I think so.
Gardner gets that one to drop. As Triton leads 55-29. As we're into the final 25 seconds, Triton's going to pull away with another win, improve to 7-5 in the season, as the Bobcats will fall to 1-11. Bobcats having some growing pains in the last couple of years after having several really good teams there for a while. Hope it's a good school, great program. They have a pretty good program. Hope they can get everything built back up again.
I think the games tonight were a good representation of what we could look forward to in sectionals coming up, because all 4 teams that played in here in our sectionals, right?
Yep, exactly. So that'll be the end of the ball game. Triton wins 55-29. We'll have stats from Kenny here. Gavin, great job as always, buddy.
Thank you.
So Kenny will get our stats here as the Trojans find their way in the win column.
Yep, there we go. Take a bit. Okay, Triton leading the way there was Oviedo with 14, Heckaman with 11, Westafer with 9, Bules and Yates each with 7, Gardner with 4, Amsden with 3. For Oregon Davis, Green had 9, Bryan had 6, Taylor and Weil had 4 each, and Pitts had 3. And then team stats there: free throws 7-12 for the Trojans, 3-7 for Oregon Davis, 15-27 2-pointers, 10-33 for Oregon Davis, and 6-15 3-pointers, and 2 of 10 for Oregon Davis. Turnovers there fairly close, 9-11.
So with that being said, we're going to get packed up here tonight. As we'll be back tomorrow, 1:30 start, around 1:30 start for the JV and their championship game, and the girls will follow about 6:30 tomorrow night for their championship title bout.
Yep.
So with that being said, appreciate everybody watching tonight. And until next time, Trojan fans, remember the Trojan way.